Bum, bum, bum. Hello, everyone. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
I'm Susan.
We're Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. Yeah, everybody like that little
Yeah, that was awesome.
that neat
you did really
thing
well.
that I did. Okay,
I'm proud of you.
this is the Guardians of the Galaxy review.
Yay! One of my favorites. One of my favorite movies.
I'm not going to get too into it just yet because we'll give everybody a little bit of time to hop in. This is number 10. Number 10.
Number 10.
Yep. Number
Hello,
10.
Goku. Welcome to the stream.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. This is the 10th one. Holy crap. So, this is also, for some reason, I'm not seeing Goku on our chat. There it is.
Just kidding.
For some reason, it filtered him out as spam.
But anyway. Probably because he spams the chat with random murderous comments.
I will say that this, whenever they first announced this movie, I had no clue who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. Absolutely. I mean, I read comics. I read comics and I had no freaking clue who they were. And so when I saw the trailer and everybody got all hyped about it, I was like, this might not be a bad thing to look into. So I started reading the comics. The comics were really good and just like the movie.
Cool.
So,
good to know.
But the only thing was in the comics, Groot, I think they kind of lead you to believe that in the comics that Groot is the same thing. Whenever he gets, blew up or whatever, they plant him and he grows back. In the movie, they confirmed that at the end of this, Groot dies and it's like the Groot offspring, like Groot number 2, basically.
Which I tell you, me and Sarah just found that out recently.
Yeah.
So rewatching this again, he's really dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really dying. Poor Rocket. I just feel for him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was rough.
I mean, I get that. And, in the comic books, they recently, like literally just in the past 3 weeks, gave him like his brain back, kind of. So now he can talk like normal.
Oh, wow.
Kind of, sort of. I showed you that. Remember, I showed you that comic book like 2 weeks ago. Or not even 2 weeks ago. It was where the dude said that he was like corrupted or something, and the guy fixed him. And so he gets really big and starts talking like normal again. Okay, whatever.
It's been a while. We've watched a lot of stuff, done a lot of stuff since then, honey.
So, yeah, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, I started reading the comic, and it turned out to be really good. And I was like, holy crap. So, I became a fan. It was one of those stories that I didn't really stay with because they started altering the team and everything. Yeah. Like changing out characters and stuff like that.
I don't like that. I don't.
What, are you saying you don't like Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, he didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, okay. I see the 2 down there.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, dude, like, isn't Goku the one that basically doesn't like anything that we do and just watches it?
I feel that. I totally feel that.
He doesn't like anything we watch, but he watches us talk about it.
Yeah.
Just
about it.
Yeah, that's very,
that's
very
dedicated is what that is. Thank you, Goku.
So
I'm still talking.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I actually liked Volume 2 better after watching this movie. This is one of my favorite movies, and it does have the better soundtrack, but number 2 is a better movie.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that number 2 is a better movie, but number 1 did a much better job of number 1 did a much better job of moving the cinematic universe forward, whereas all number 2 did was resolve the question of his parentage.
Well, I mean, that needed to be resolved, though, because he was able to hold that stone.
Yeah.
That needed to be resolved.
Number
But yeah,
That's all number 2 did, even though it was a better movie.
it's still a bad movie. It doesn't matter. See, you hung up on this cinematic universe.
Well, we got to see Thanos in this one.
I understand that, and it was good. It was great.
And see,
Number 2 is still a better movie. Don't care.
We got to see.
Just like, you want to say, oh, Deadpool's not part of the cinematic universe.
And here's the thing.
So it doesn't matter.
Like, Groot.
It's still a better movie, and it's still Marvel.
Groot is. I'll give you that. Like Baby Groot in Volume 2 was cute.
Oh, yeah, he's
whatnot,
cute. Yeah.
But I like Adult Groot better.
Well, I agree with that.
Maybe they'll make a third one.
Oh, they will. He's already grown.
Oh,
Well, he's going to be grown in Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, at the end of Volume. Now, we're not going to talk too much about Volume 2 because that's inevitably where this is going. But number 1 is actually, I mean, it is a good movie, and I will agree that it's not as good as Volume 2. No, the Guardians of the Galaxy are not going to die in Infinity War.
No.
About the only people I guarantee are going to die is probably Captain America, Iron Man, and probably Nebula. Nebula's the cybernetic sister of
Yeah.
I'm fine with her dying.
Gamora, her
I'm a
sister.
little sad about Captain America, even though I know that's
But-
pretty much inevitable.
I'm not good with Nebula dying. I want Nebula to live because her whole story is she was just treated like crap from the very beginning.
Yeah, I really feel for her.
The only
because of
reason that she is like she is she is just pissed off at her adopted dad for cutting her up and turning her into half machine.
Mm-hmm.
And making her first 20 years or so a living hell. Literally. I mean, it was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Infinity War comic book, so to speak, the next time you see Nebula, she has actually gone after Thanos, and he just really screws her up even worse. And she's just walking around like not really a vegetable, but not even able to speak incomplete sentences because he's like messed her brain up so bad. And she's just basically there as just a puppet at that point. And I'm not saying this is going to happen in the movie, but in the comic, Thanos finally gets all the stones together. He puts the gauntlet on, and he becomes. He says the only way he wants to become all powerful, so he becomes reality. Basically, he becomes a non-physical form, and so when he becomes everything, the gauntlet falls off. And Nebula runs over and puts it on and fixes everything.
Oh, wow.
And they decide really quick that, hey, she's not the one that needs to be wearing this, because it basically makes you a god and you can do anything you want with it. And so they kind of go through this whole thing, which is probably what the second movie is going to be, is them trying to decide what in the hell are we going to do with these 5 stones, in this gauntlet.
Does Gamora help her at all? I know they're always like.
Here's the thing. I've read Infinity War or the Infinity Gauntlet series and all that. I don't remember ever seeing Gamora in that story. Guardians of the Galaxy had nothing to do with the original. This group did. Infinity War happened like back in 92, 93, something like that. The Guardians of the Galaxy in its current iteration didn't come together until like 2012, 2013. So they had really nothing to do with that. She existed, but it wasn't like this. What we got? Bought my nephew a game called Lego Marvel Superheroes. It's a good game with a lot of Marvel characters.
Yeah.
I would actually like to play that. Is Lego Marvel Superheroes on PlayStation now?
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of them?
There was tons of Lego games.
I love the Lego games too. They're fun.
But continuing on with our Guardians of the Galaxy review, the movie itself, we get to see a lot of new stuff. We get to see. I have to tell the story about when I got my dad to watch this.
Yes, please
And
do.
basically, what had happened is, like I was trying to get my dad to watch this movie. Of course, my dad's not really like a science fiction superhero movie fan per se. So I was like, the first thing I say is, "Oh, Dad, you've got to watch this. It's you know, no, Lego Marvel is not on there. I think it's actually more of a newer game, so it's not really. But yeah, I told my dad, I was like, hey, you need to watch this movie. It's funny. It's gonna be great. It's a really good comedy. So okay, so he gave it a chance. So we see the opening scene where like Peter Quill's mother dies of cancer, and he just runs out crying, and it's just one of the saddest moments, like one of the top 2 or 3 saddest moments in Marvel, movie history.
Mm-hmm.
And when it starts up, shows the credits or whatever. My dad looks over at me and is like, I hope it sure gets funnier than this. So it's like, yeah, it doesn't really start out that way.
That's great. It's always a funny story.
But yeah, the whole thing is around this Infinity Stone, and this movie. This is also the movie that really reveals that it shows all the Infinity Stones, and it actually shows the cube, the cosmic cube, the Tesseract from Avengers. So that 100% he totally confirms that the Tesseract contains another Infinity Stone. So yeah. Infinity Stones. We get to see Thanos. I'm really big on that. This is actually really kind of, sort of, the last time we really see Thanos in any. He pops up like one more time, just to grab the gauntlet, and that's it. So, Devasso's on here. Hello, Devasso. And they have Marvel superheroes too. Probably won't cost that much because it's a Lego game. I've never really played any of the Lego games, believe it or not. I have to check them out.
I played Batman Lego and I played Star Wars Lego.
That complete saga looks really good. We may have to check it out.
It's really fun. I played it on the Wii. It was fun. Anyway, let's continue. I mean, Lonnie's just over there. Infinity Stones, Infinity Stones, Infinity Stones.
Thanos.
And Thanos. And Infinity Stones, Infinity Stones. When, I know that was a major plot point in the whole series, but, like, that's not what the movie's all about.
Okay, so what? The guy that's under Thanos, the other eel guy, what is his name?
Ronan.
Yeah.
Ronan.
Which he dies.
He dies, yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, pretty much. It's interesting to see how they all, like, kind of just bond together.
That is major, because they start out
as enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them enemies out for themselves, and then all of a sudden, they were starting to come together anyway. But once they figure out this can mean the end of the entire universe, they really pull it together.
Because they've all lost something. So.
Yeah, he said, I look around and I see a bunch of losers.
I really feel for, like, more than anything, I feel sorry for Rocket. Because, like, he, like, seriously takes it to heart how he was, like, created and thrown together. And he's basically like a genetic experiment that.
Well, who knows what kind of torture he went through.
Oh, yeah, because, they showed him with his shirt off, and he had, like, all those cuts and stuff all over.
And that's when, Star-Lord really, he saw that and was like, man, no wonder he's the way he is.
Yeah.
More or less.
That is, the whole prison escape is kind of where they started to figure each other out. And then later, once they really get their butts handed to them by Ronan, and, Gamora almost dies in space, and, Peter saves her.
Oh, gosh, yeah. These movies really get you in the feels.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool that Gamora was saved by Peter.
I because normally he wouldn't have gave two craps about anybody but himself,
Mm-hmm.
and that was just showing him develop as a character.
Yeah, yeah, that was true because that she was probably like the first woman ever that was more than just a fling.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he was telling about his experiences, and they all ended with the other woman catching him with another woman. Every single one of them. And then he realized that and kind of got embarrassed. Yeah, I hate to tell you, Goku, I love Deadpool, but I don't think he can beat Thanos, man. I don't think that's the thing.
Yeah, there's no way. That's almost like that's like those people. Oh my god! Like, we'll have to do a separate video on this at some point. But I'm just going to speak real quick. That bothers me, like those people who say that, oh, with enough preparation time, Batman can beat anybody. No,
he can't. And he's an awesome hero. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I love Batman.
Like on the loot.
No, he can't beat anybody.
The loot app, and it has like a daily poll, and today's poll was who would win, Batman or Thor? No, Batman or Iron Man. That's what it was. Batman or Iron Man.
Oh, well, now they both very smart and got a lot of money, so I don't know.
That's basically the battle of the rich dudes with a lot of technology.
Yeah, that's actually I mean, because it would be hard to pick, really.
Here's the thing. Batman's the better detective and probably the better fighter, but I think Iron Man is the smarter one.
Probably.
The better tech guy.
As far as tech, yes, you're correct.
So it really
because isn't Alfred pretty much Batman's tech guy? I mean, let's be real here.
Yeah.
No.
In the movies, anyway.
Well, no, Lucius Fox was, he has like a whole department at his disposal. Really, I mean, we'll cover this more later. But Batman is. Here's the thing: if you toss them out each in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and shoes and nothing else, Batman would win hands down.
Well, yeah.
But if you give them everything at their disposal,
it's going to be Tony Stark.
Iron Man will win. Yeah. So it's Iron Man will win given all the resources and his know-how, being able to utilize it. Batman will win if they would just
Goku. I can't with him right now.
What's going on here?
What?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Anyway.
Yeah, don't mention Donald Trump around me.
Sarah.
Oh, he's supposed to acknowledge the name.
Okay.
I know, but I know you don't care, but we don't do political stuff on the channel.
Yeah, we will not mention politician names.
You bad.
But anyway, no offense, but since we've since our stuff, yeah, just let everybody know. The live chat that pops up is now available when people watch it later. So I gotta delete any kind of offending messages when we're live. Just saying.
Well, I mean, that would have been good to tell us,
This started like a week ago.
Considering, I'm a mod and I'm on there all the time.
Oh.
I hate when you do that and I'm a mod and I don't know.
Well,
anyway,
they never even really made an announcement.
Let's continue.
So the ending with Howard the Duck was garbage. I'm going to kind of point out for that.
We're going to make him watch it one day.
No, we're not.
No, he says he's not watching.
I am not going to watch that movie.
You don't have to.
How much that movie is on Amazon?
You don't want to watch it, so
I don't know. I'm going to buy every copy there is in the world. I'm going to destroy them all.
I think that's very ugly of you for something, one, that you have never seen, and two, just because you don't like it don't mean you need to ruin it for other people.
People did that with the game Shaq Fu. They tried to anyway. It didn't happen.
I don't even know what that is, so.
It was basically a Street Fighter game with Shaquille O'Neal in it.
Okay.
And a bunch of monsters and demons.
Okay. And what?
It's widely considered by most circles as the worst Super Nintendo game ever made. And there was actually like an effort at one point to gather up all of the copies of it and destroy them.
What they did with Disco
What's that?
Disco?
Oh yeah. What about Disco?
They actually did that at the end of the disco era. Yeah, there's people putting all the tapes and stuff, and they were running over it with like bulldozers and shit. I ain't playing. That really happened.
Wow, that's kind of stuff.
Exactly. Just because you don't like it, don't mean you should ruin it for other people.
That's like me saying
I
I don't
hate
like
that.
Harry Potter and I've never seen it.
Yeah.
We are not.
I mean, I don't like Lord of the Rings, but I don't want to go destroying your Blu-ray set over there. That's
Look,
just rude.
can I not just play villain? I'm not really gonna.
I don't think that's nice though, and I'm
Okay,
gonna
okay,
express my opinion on it.
okay. Well, I mean, that's not even really strongly my opinion. It was just me
It
mouthing
is
off.
strongly your opinion. Tell another lie.
Look, we all know I don't have the drive and motivation and the time to take away from the channel to go try to destroy copies of Howard the Duck.
Copies.
I don't know that for sure because I know how you are. You get freaking carried away.
So he says, Goku says, "Are you guys almost done with the Marvel movies?" No. There are.
What, we're like halfway done?
Yeah, there are. I think 18 or 19 total movies, counting Infinity War. This is number 10.
Yeah.
We still have after this.
We have 8 more. Because it isn't Infinity War number 20.
Black Panther is one of those.
He's got the schedule.
Yeah.
You actually have it handy.
Just so, let's see, Guardians of the Galaxy. We have, everybody keep track of a count. Next up is going to be Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, and Infinity War.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess there are 19 because
Marvel
Black
movies.
Panther's in that group too. Black Panther is in that group. Yeah, there are 19. Black Panther is number 8.
I have to say, I have never really watched any Marvel movies except maybe Guardians. And I watched Thor Ragnarok because I just got like thrown into it.
It was good, huh?
Yes, it was really good. And going through all these movies has been
really fun.
And it like helps to put pieces together because there's so many superheroes. I'm like,
yeah, because Sarah jumped ahead and watched Civil War.
Well, neither one of y'all have seen Age of Ultron, have you?
No.
Oh my god.
Calm down.
I went and saw that movie in theaters. It's the only time I've ever seen it. It was amazing.
Goku liked it.
But hey, here's
it was awesome, wasn't it?
I will say, Age of Ultron, the only issue that I had the first time I watched it, and the second time will probably be a little different, as it typically is. Age of Ultron is a little busy. You know, like those Michael Bay Transformer movies, where like 45 minutes of explosions passes, and you're wondering what the hell happened. That's the way Age of Ultron is. Its last like hour, because the last hour is kind of like the first Avengers movie, just crap everywhere. And
that was a really cool fact. I agree on that.
But
for real, that was really cool.
But we get to see a bunch of new characters in Age of Ultron. Like my favorite villain that I really don't think they did justice, but he's still my favorite villain, Ultron. I love Ultron. So I can't wait.
Excited.
Yeah, that's actually going to be, when's that going to be? Friday night? No. Age of Ultron is, Friday night.
It's Monday.
So it's a week.
Monday's Homecoming or Ant-Man, isn't it?
No.
Just kidding.
Sunday. We're like after tonight, we're not doing another Marvel movie until Age of Ultron next Friday night.
Really?
It's gonna be a full 7 days between movies. Yeah, seriously. And then like Friday night we're doing Age of Ultron, Saturday night we're doing Ant-Man. Like back to back. Yeah. Yeah, this is a week I didn't really do a good job of scheduling.
Oh well, it happens. It ain't gonna kill us. Wait. It's really not. I know we could always switch something out if we really wanted to. Like, nah.
I need to do some game streams this week.
I know it's probably a thing. That's why I'm like, it's not a big thing.
You like?
Captain America.
He said Captain America.
That's funny. Autocorrect don't go to.
Oh, that is great.
I did enjoy
Civil War though was really, really good.
Oh yeah, he is right though. Captain America: Civil War is really just Avengers 2.5.
Yeah.
It is
mean,
because
it
that
is.
is not a Captain America movie. That is freaking Avengers versus Avengers. Is all that is. And it was a great movie.
It is one of my favorites.
But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy. What are we giving everybody? Scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, you were give your score. I'll quit interrupting you.
We're gonna go 9.
9?
Yep,
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 9.
I give it a 10.
Because here's the thing to me.
You already
You give it a
stated why
one.
you took a
No, I'm getting rid of that.
Okay.
To me, this movie is pretty good, but whenever I first saw it, it was an 11. It just hasn't aged well to me. I mean, it's good. It's a good movie, but I think part of the movie was not knowing who his father was.
Yeah.
We've had that figured out. It was like just the reason that this got such a high score for me to begin with is because it really advanced the plot of the cinematic universe.
And that's why I still give it a 10. Because watching these movies in order and then watching it now, because I watched this obviously out of sync because I hadn't seen half the movies we watched, it really made it better, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, because now we understand more of what's going on.
Yeah.
And
it
so
does. It really helps.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, yeah.
I never put the pieces together
until now.
Yeah, the Infinity the Tesseract, it all makes sense.
It all does. So, not to mention, it's a killer soundtrack, and I'm a sucker for music. So
what about what's favorite parts?
What was your favorite part, honey? I know that's a hard one.
It really is. Like, I love all of Groot's expressions. They crack me up.
That's funny.
Especially when Rocket was talking about what's his name? Wife and kid dying.
Yeah,
and then Groot's like, what?
My favorite part was probably a toss up between the prison scene, the escape, and the scene where they are in the collector's area, because there are so many Marvel Comics Easter eggs in that place.
It's just really cool to look at. It's like,
if you were to freeze frame every time they show a new section of that place, he has so many different races that are in the comics and different creatures. I can't remember exactly where the little spacesuit dog is from, but that dog is in the comics somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. But actually, before we get off here, I'm going to look that up just to be able to give the answer to that. But y'all's favorite parts, and then I'll come back with that.
The jump break scene is really good. And I like how he, took the Infinity Stone with him so they wouldn't leave him. like that was really smart. Can't go without it. And he had to go back and get his tape player because that'd be me.
Okay, real quick. The dog's name is Cosmo. Okay. Cosmo the Space Dog is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. Cosmo, a telepathic Soviet dog, is the security chief of the space station Nowhere and a one-time member of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my gosh.
That's really cool.
So I wonder if it was like in the obviously they're just now becoming Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And like in this one,
Yeah.
so will the dog ever appear with them in future films?
I'm gonna say no.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
That would be cool though.
That would be cool.
I'm pretty sure he was a member of Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, his first appearance was in Nova number 8 in 2008. So he might be. The fact that Nowhere, I don't know if Nowhere is the same thing in the comics. I'm not very familiar with it. But the fact that Nowhere is the carved out head of a Celestial is really neat because the Celestials in the comics are basically they're basically the creators of everything. The Celestials in the comics are what the race that seeded Earth with life, and caused everything. And then they kind of put some little genetic codes and stuff in there to cause like mutants to be, a thing. And there's a lot of like they're basically like God to Earth. Like they created everything. And like basically the universe is like their scientific playbox. So it was really cool to see them referenced in this movie, and I really really hope. Like I'll go ahead and tell you, like if the Celestials ever come to handle business, Thanos is going to be child's play compared to them.
I believe that.
Oh shit! Who is that?
I don't know.
Heck if I know. We're live streaming though. So.
Well, somebody knocked on the door, son. Don't worry about it.
We don't know who did that.
Probably somebody messing around.
Probably. We saw them kids on bikes earlier.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Well, you saw it here, folks.
And there's a car going.
Yeah. Anyway.
Alrighty then.
Anyway. So anyway, the jailbreak scene.
Go out there just firing a gun off.
Oh God, no. No, no, you won't. And that's why we don't say stuff like that. Anyway, I don't remember.
Lost your train of thought.
I totally did.
I like.
Go ahead, Sarah, and I'll finish in a minute.
I like
gotta
when
get
he
myself
showed her
together.
the music. That was pretty cool too.
Yes, that was what I was gonna say.
And then what was it? And how they all like held each other's hand when they grabbed what was it, the stone?
Yep. That was
they were like all willing to help each other.
I thought that was like an interesting little plot hole.
That was really neat.
I mean, that was neat, but I thought it was like one of those cheap cop outs at the end. Like I thought it was pretty cool that he was holding it, but the fact that everybody else gathered in, I thought
to kind of help him.
I thought that should have killed him off.
Yeah, you make a valid point.
Yeah.
But it was still really cool though, because true love and friendship can conquer anything.
I was actually a really big fan of the part where all the Nova Corps ships linked together.
That's a really good part too.
That was really neat.
It was nice to see that he didn't get in trouble this time.
Yeah, they expunged their records.
Yeah.
And, well, since you saved the universe.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's wrap this because that knocking on the door did me in.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right, ding dong ditch.
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Well, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night then. 9, 10, 11, I think is where we rated Guardians of the Galaxy.
What?
I was 9, you were 10.
Oh yeah.
11.
I thought you said 19 and 11, and I was like, I'm really confused.
And we have now done a 34-minute review on this movie, so we're going to go ahead and wrap. I'm Lonnie.
I'm religious.
I am Teal Sarah.
We're Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flex in Hickson, Tennessee. Join us tomorrow night. Are we doing something tonight? If we do it tonight, if we do anything else tonight, it's going to be bonus content. But join us tomorrow night for Saturday Night Crew. We're going to be joined by Mark playing 4-player Diablo 3. And that's going to be the extent. Sunday night, we're going to be doing a live Westworld review and then Walking Dead at 10 p.m. So join us then. See everybody tomorrow night for Saturday Night Crew, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check us out.